it's a great day, if you're a Sonics fan in Washington State or a Sonics fan anywhere. Super excited about the announcement today, from the NBA. For me, it's, as I think you all know, I certainly grew up watching the Sonics, and that's an understatement. I've met with some, as I often do, met with some 4th, 5th, 6th graders earlier today. So they asked what I liked about the job, and I talked about this issue and the chance to try and help bring back the Sonics. I asked how many of them knew who the Sonics were. I think one kid raised their hand, which kind of breaks my heart a little bit, right? Because I know when I was their age, I was spending a lot of time at the Coliseum watching the Sonics play in the 70s and their path to the World Championship. And just like what the Seahawks are right now, for our state, how galvanizing that is and unifying and what it means for our state. That's obviously what the Sonics were for a lot of people in our state. So, when I've communicated with the commissioner about this, the last 2 conversations we've had, and I deeply appreciate his time that he's taken with me to discuss the process. I try to communicate that to him. I talk about the Lane Wilkins basketball camp, attending that. So I think I speak to him just as much as a fan, as much as a governor, and excited about what's coming next. Obviously I've had a number of conversations with Kraken leadership. That's going to continue, obviously, going forward as well, as we look forward to ways the state can be helpful in this process. But it's been a couple decades in the wilderness, and I know how strongly people feel about the Sonics and the loss to our community when they left for Oklahoma City. And so just ready to do whatever I can to be helpful in bringing them back and hopefully bringing them back soon.